What's up, everybody? Welcome to Human Innovation Tarot. My name is Eddie with Imagine Life Development Center, here to do the October bonus reading for my Leos out there. If you're new to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you click the like, share, and subscribe button for me. All the other information you need to know is in the description box below. You can also hit the bell notification icon as well, and you'll be notified when I go live. You can come join me for a free live tarot reading. And with that being said, Leo, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into it. So to start the reading off, we're going to look at your overall energy, and then we'll look into your core energy, okay? So let's jump in and let's see what's coming up for you guys. Well, that one came out really fast. So we have the second chakra energy that came out here. And I'm going to get the other cards on the table as well. And we will see what that, what the collective energy for this is. Because all the energy that shows up on the table is tied together. Whoa. That one came out pretty quick too. So the energy for you guys is happening very quick. I wonder if it has something to do with the eclipse that we... I think just happened, if I'm not mistaken. I get my dates all mixed up. Oh, before I forget. So, well, actually, before I even go there, getting way ahead of myself here, guys. So this is the first card. This is the second chakra here. And the second energy we have out is Milk and Honey. So this is like the Ten of Cups or Ten of Pentacles type of energy in tarot, which is basically coming into major abundance here. So, so I really like seeing that card on the table. Let me get the last one here. These cards this deck here is actually fairly new, so the cards they still have a little bit of that static energy on it, so they have a tendency to stick. And they use a really, really slick matte finish, so they're kind of hard to shuffle. So this card is called King's Tide, which stands for plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. So this is definitely tied to this Milk and Honey energy. So it's really like you got a confirmation card for that. So far, your overall energy for the reading is pretty incredible. Actually, it's really incredible. So that is a great that's a great start here for you guys. All right. Now, forgive me, as I don't have a used to. And apparently I need to go back and revisit this, but I don't have the chakras completely memorized. So the second chakra energy, when it's in balance, is all about creativity, joy, sexuality, having maybe a healthy sex life, prosperity, patience, fertility, and pleasure. And then obviously if it's unbalanced, which I know that we're not here because this card would have come out in reverse, would obviously be about guilt or feeling guilty, shyness, irresponsibility, infertility, sexual issues, allergy, eating disorder. So basically, creativity, joy, and prosperity definitely coincides with these other three, the other three cards on the table here. And so we're going to see what else wants to come out here. So I'm going to use... So there's something huge. You're either coming into this now, like this is like you Leos out there are just living the abundant life. Like, I don't know, maybe one of you won that 1 point something billion dollar lottery that was in the Powerball. Maybe that person is a Leo. Or this is something that's coming up for you guys in the very near future. So we're going to see how it correlates here. So whatever's happening for you guys, I want to say this is one so far I've gone through 9 of the other zodiacs. So I'm doing all the fire signs. You guys are the last run that I'm recording. So I'll be doing you, then I'll be doing Sagittarius, and then I'll be doing Aries, and that will be everybody. So out of the last 9 zodiac signs that I've done, your energy up here starting out the reading is definitely one of the best that I've seen. Okay, so we did have this, I think, for Cancer. One of the water signs had this come out. We had the false person energy come out from this deck. So in term, because this is technically a relationship reading. So you guys could have been dealing with, a deceptive or false person in a relationship or work. I mean, it could be anywhere in your life, family, friends, relationship, work, whatever. And hopefully it's not you guys. Tisk tisk. I don't think so, obviously, but hopefully you guys aren't a false person. I think this is somebody that you guys have been perhaps dealing with in the recent past. Maybe some of you guys are still dealing with that energy, but I feel like it's more of a past energy. The next card that we have is Journey. So I feel like this is not necessarily related to this false person. I really feel like this false person is more of a past energy that's still potentially attached to you. Like a lot of you guys out there, guys and gals, are trying to get over somebody who's very deceptive, and they caused you a lot of pain, a lot of harm, and you have the residual part of that energy. I knew for myself, I went through something similar back at the beginning of the year, which, I ended it because it was an unfaithful person. And that was, I was like mid-January, I believe. And so here we are in almost mid-October, and I'm just now finally starting to feel completely free of it, And so different people work through things at different speeds and different paces, right? So the reason I share that with you is because, if this were like if somebody was doing a personal reading for me, something like this, something similar could have very well shown up for me. Like a false person energy could have showed up, because that energy, there's still enough of it there to where it could show up in a reading. That's what I'm trying to say here. So for many of you in the near recent past, and maybe even in the distant past, again, depending on how strongly that energy is attached to you, I feel that there was a false person here. Now, we had the marriage card. Now, this could go one of two ways. I will tell you that the predominant energy that I get on this card is that this is future tense, and the positioning of the cards, by the way, is it's coincidental. So this isn't. These cards aren't past, present, future. Okay, I didn't lay them out. That's not the intention of me laying them out in this order from left to right. Okay, so it's incidental. That I'm referring to this as a potential past person and this as a potential future. I just want to clarify that. So you do seem to have somebody, and this is definitely tied to the second chakra energy and this milk and honey, and really even this journey. And this journey card really for me also has a dual energy attached to it. But let me. I kind of got out of order here. So let me finish my my thought here with this marriage. So there's two energies attached to this. So on one hand, which might be for maybe a little bit more of a minority of you, I feel like this false person was somebody that you potentially saw, at least before you discovered they were a false person, in whatever way that would have come to light for you. I mean, whether they were, just abusive or a cheater, or just, they were just hiding things from you. A false person can whatever they were hiding or whatever was false about them could have been many different things, right? But I feel like for a time when while that information was not known to you, because I don't think anybody would start a relationship or go into a relationship with somebody that they know is a false person. That's the wind, by the way. That's not a tarot ghost or something. It's really nice out, and I was like, man, I need to open my window, let some of the cool air come in. That's kind of why I'm wearing a jacket here, because I actually like colder environments. Anyway, I'm so scattered tonight, but it's okay. I'm feeling really good about doing the reading. So, yeah, you wouldn't have started a relationship with this person if you knew they were going to be a false person, if they were going to be a cheater or abusive or whatever, whatever was wrong with them. But eventually, the truth always comes to light. And so I feel like during that period of time, and again, this is for a minority of you, during that period of time before the red flags really started coming out, or before you discovered whatever they were hiding or whatever they were doing, I felt like a lot of you thought that maybe this person was going to be your forever person. Like it could have been a very strong karmic attachment, right? And I, again, referring back to the situation that I was in earlier this year, I was in a similar type of place, where I was like, man, this is a serious relationship. Maybe it'll turn into that, right? Until obviously I found out they were the false person, and then the relationship ended. So, but that might be for like 30 or 40% of you. Now, the vast majority of you, this is a standalone energy, and this is future. So this is like, you guys are about to come into your prosperity, your pleasure, your joy. There's going to be a lot of hot chemistry here, because the second chakra is like wand energy. It's very passionate. It's very sexual, so there's going to be a lot of tension, a lot of sexual tension, a lot of chemistry, a lot of passion. But I really feel there's going to be a lot of creativity, pleasure, joy, and prosperity. And this person is going to be like your dream come true, your wish come true. With the milk and honey card here, and even this third card, which says basically the same key words for both of these energies are written on this card. So we have plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. So that's, whoever this person is that's coming in is definitely going to be marriage material. Now, skipping back over to this journey energy that we have here, this is, to me, this really indicates that one of two things. It's saying like it's been a journey for you. Like for many of you, you feel like maybe this year, or maybe the last 3 years, last 5 years, maybe even the last 10 years, it's been a long haul. Like relationships it's just felt like you've gone on this crazy, hard, exhausting journey, but it's about to pay off. It's like you signed up for an ultra marathon, and now you're about to get to the finish line. This is also, the other energy attached is this milk and honey energy. Again, all three of these top cards really are referencing this future outcome energy with this marriage card. And it's saying that this is somebody that you can go on a journey with. So you've got somebody coming in who is definitely long-term material. Like this, whoever this person is that's coming in for you is not going to disappoint you. Okay. So this is a really, really good, encouraging start to your guys' reading and your energy. All right. So let's take a look at your core energy now. So now we're going to look at your past, present, and future. And this time the placements do matter. So first will be past, middle will be present, over here to the right on your screen will be future. And then we're going to look at your current hurdles, obstacles, and challenges. And then we're going to look at the advice. So basically, what can you do to overcome those challenges to get the desired result, or to be able to move forward, or to get unstuck, et cetera, et cetera. So let's take a look at your past energy first. All right. So the first card out is love. Now this is my own personally made oracle deck. It's called the Human Innovation Oracle deck. I may or may not sell it in the future. So we'll see. But anyways, this is essentially like, the Lover's card, the Two of Cups in tarot, the equivalent here. So in your past, we do see that that a very serious relationship was affecting your life. And obviously, again, I feel that it is tied to that false person energy. Okay. So love has definitely been affecting your life here. And obviously this is a love reading. So it's kind of like, pretty, tell us something you don't know, right? So let's see what the present energy is, because again, all of these are pieces of like a jigsaw puzzle. So all the energies on the table affect each other. So this card wanted to come out in reverse. So in the present, we have superficial. I'm gonna leave it upright for the sake of everything just looking uniform on the table, but it did want to come out in reverse. So in the upright position, superficial means just that. It means basically people, places, scenarios, situations, circumstances that are surface level, skin deep. They don't go very deep. It's if it's a relationship, it might be more about, sexual attraction and looks and pettiness, petty things. It's not, it doesn't get a whole lot deeper than that. It doesn't get into like, your beliefs, your value system. It doesn't get into your, spirituality, or what are you passionate about, or it doesn't really go into a deep, intimate level here. But because it was in reverse, the energy that I get here is that you've learned a lot, Leo. You've learned a lot because of this false person in the past that you were in love with. I think you realized, it's like you had this major epiphany about, one, what it is you really want out of a serious relationship. Two, what it means to spot red flags. And three, what a true false person looks like. And so this superficial energy in reverse, because that's the way it came out, is really you learning the lesson of like, well, I'm not interested in that anymore. I'm no longer interested in people who are self-absorbed, or they need a constant attention or validation from others because they're insecure, they have low self-worth, or, they post, and I'm just throwing out examples here, okay? So don't shoot the messenger. They post a ton of selfies on, social media to get validation and significance and likes and hearts from people they don't even know. And, they post maybe, provocative pictures of themselves, or they spend a lot of time getting dolled up for their selfie photo shoot so they can get a lot of attention and validation. Or they have really superficial friends. They go out and, they want to get attention from other people, or they're just very, spiritually, mentally, emotionally immature. You can't have a serious conversation with them. You can't even have a disagreement with them because they don't know they have no conflict resolution skills. They either throw a fit, they throw a tantrum, they pout, maybe they're passive aggressive, or maybe they fly off the handle and create, some extreme form of conflict that's not necessary for the type of, problem that you are facing. Not that flying off the handle is ever a good form of conflict resolution, but the bottom line is this energy being in reverse. I think you've come to this realization that maybe you've attracted a lot of surface level, immature, and superficial type of people in your life. And because you now have this realization, you have clarity around what you don't want. It's like, well, I know what I don't want anymore. And maybe in the past, because I've been guilty of this too, maybe in the past, you would let certain things slide. Like, or you set your standard a little bit lower than maybe you should, because maybe, it's like, well, nobody's perfect. Like sometimes we'll give that excuse. Nobody's perfect. Everyone's got problems. And while that's true, sometimes we set the bar so low just so that we can, have somebody in our life that we really do, if we're honest, like we ignore some pretty intense red flags at times. At least I know I have, right? So I feel like that really this is kind of like something you've learned. You've gained a lot of clarity around your relationships because of this past person, and it was like this person really was almost like the catalyst, the straw that broke the camel's back for you, the turning point. You're never going back again. That kind of thing. It's almost like, Leo, I want to say you would rather be single the rest of your life than ever go back and choose or deal with a person like this ever again. It's like, that from this moment going forward in your life, if you're going to be in a long-term relationship, it's going to have to be with somebody who is this or more. Like you're never going down here to low vibrational crap again. It's like, it's going to have to meet my energy or exceed it for me to be interested, because you're not doing superficial anymore. Okay. That card literally just flew. So your guys' energy is really on fire right now because, or something, because these cards are literally, I just touched the deck and this card flew out. So in the future, you have the investments energy. I know the writing is really hard to see. That's one of the reasons why I'm not sure if I'm going to, sell this deck. And if I do, I'll have to probably make some adjustments to it so that it's easier to read, but that's fine. So the investments card in my deck has everything to do with literal or metaphorical investments. So if it's literal, it would be anything that has great value to you, like a house. That's a huge investment. Your savings account, your car, it could be anything. It could be maybe like a gift or a watch or a necklace that was given to you from a family member or a present from somebody, something that has a lot of value to you. It can be anything. On a metaphorical level, an investment could be something that you just invest a lot of time, money, and energy into. So like, for example, an investment could be in a skill. Like if you go to the gym and you've exercised and you worked your butt off for a year to get in the best shape of your life, well, that's an investment to you because you were putting time and energy into something you value. Or if you wanted to get really, good at an instrument, you wanted to learn to play guitar. And so, you're a good guitar player because you spent 10, 15, 20 years, learning to play that instrument. So that would be an investment. A relationship would be an investment, right? And so, I feel obviously that this is tied to this marriage energy and this, all three of the cards up top here, because it's basically saying that your investment is going to pay off, because we have that implied here with the journey, because you've gone on this long journey. You've learned the lesson from this past false person. You've learned the lesson of, I'm not doing superficial, surface level, crappy relationships anymore. And moving forward, I'm only going to invest my time, money, energy, and resources into something that's worthy of long term. And when this person comes along in the near future, you're gonna make the investment. That's what I feel. It's like you're gonna realize, yes, this is the investment that's worth taking. So let's see what the hurdle, obstacle, the main hurdle, obstacle, and challenge for you. So this is, again, you may have a lot of challenges, large or small. So this is going to be the one that's attached to you the most, energetically speaking. So the shadow self has come out. So this is like the devil energy in my deck. So this is anything that, anything that's an addiction, a fear, a vice, anything that's an extreme in your life, something that's like it's out of balance, like there's too much of it, there's an excess, anything that you feel controls you or that you don't have control over you, anything in your life that's out of balance in terms of moderation. So again, addictions, fear, toxic relationships, anger, there's all kinds of different things that could be tied to this. And I feel that for you guys, because we have the superficial card and the false person and this love card on the table, I feel that the challenge was, again, not really seeing the red flags in relationships. And that's okay, because, I think everybody struggles with that at some point in time in their life. So I feel that you may have had a pattern of attracting certain people in your life where, they may have been very attractive. The sexual chemistry may have been really, really intense, or some other, part of the relationship was really intense or attractive to you. It doesn't always have to be sex, but there's just something about these toxic relationships that really pull you in, and they have an intensity to it. They have an excitement there. There's an allure to it. You know what I mean? And it's like, if there's this forbidden fruit mentality where it's like, man, every time that forbidden fruit's there, I just can't help but go out and reach for it. And so the challenge has really been that there's been this, maybe a pattern of toxic relationships or not seeing red flags, because it's surrounding these three cards here. Are almost like, they almost have this, like if you were playing chess, almost like a stalemate, right? Where once you have the king chess piece cornered and there's no moves left to make, that's checkmate. I said stalemate, but checkmate in chess, right? So it's almost like these three things have had you in checkmate when it comes to your love life. Toxicity, superficiality, which is a form of toxicity, and then this devil energy, which is more toxicity, right? So that's kind of what I get on this energy for you guys in terms of what's been keeping you guys stuck. So let's take a look at the advice here. What is the advice energy here for Leo? Okay, we have the Zodiac. So in my deck, this card is kind of unique. It basically, the advice with the Zodiac energy is to pay attention to excuse me, sorry about that. It's telling you to pay attention to your astrology chart and specific placements in your astrology chart, because there's answers there. Okay, so you may need to get more familiar with it. And even you don't have to go and become an astrology master to figure this out. I don't know a whole lot about astrology, but what I'll do is I'll get my chart, and there's a lot of free, there's a lot of places online where you can download a free chart. And I think there's obviously a bajillion apps these days that you can get your free chart. And I just go on Google and I'll just type in if I have, Leo in my fifth house, then I'll just type in Leo, what does Leo in the fifth house mean? And it'll tell you, right? And you can do that for any placement in your chart, right? And it'll start telling you what it means when you have this in that position with all the other parts of astrology surrounding it. So this card is specifically saying that you may need to look into your astrology chart, because there may be a clue there. Your astrology chart may have the answer to some of the hurdles and problems that you've been experiencing in relationships. It may have an answer to why you gravitate towards certain energies or why you repeat certain patterns. And it's also, this card also advises us to pay attention to the astrological cycles that we go through. So if it's a certain moon phase, I know that I think Pluto is going direct or just went direct, I think, which it's not going to do again for like 200 something years. We have the eclipse that just happened. I mean, there have been so many crazy astrological things that have happened. We just had the 1010 portal, which that reading you guys can go check out. It's on my page. That reading applies to all zodiac signs, and that energy carries out to the end of the year. It's not just about love. It's about anything really. But if you haven't seen that, go check out that video, and it'll give you a heads up about how that energy is going to affect you and me and everybody for the rest of the year. And if you find that this reading doesn't resonate with you, you can also go back to the October Leo reading, because this is the bonus reading. The October reading was meant for from October to November. This is just a bonus reading, okay, that I'm doing. So anyways, back on track here. The zodiac, the advice here is there's some answer. There's some type of answer that you guys need to go look into. You're going to get some type of answer to the problems that you've been having or the questions that you have regarding either these negative patterns and cycles that you've been experiencing, and maybe even information about when to maybe start to expect to see a new person in your life that's right for you, because of whatever the lunar cycles are, the moon cycles, and all these other planets that are either retrograding or going direct, and all the things, right? Again, I'm not an astrologer. I'm just saying that this card is saying that there's something in the realm of astrology where there's an answer, and you're going to have to go explore that, to do a little bit of research to figure out what astrology can tell you, to give you clues about some things in regards to what you want, or how to course correct because of, the hurdle, obstacle, and challenge down here, okay? And at the bottom of this deck, we have the past, which is basically saying that there is still some residual energy, which I mentioned at the beginning of the reading. There's still some residual energy in the past that's influencing you right now. Okay. And again, the advice with the zodiac card being here is there may be something in your astrology chart or something that's happening with the current astrological whatever happenings that are going on right now. And like I said, I don't keep up with it like a lot of readers do, so I couldn't tell you what those are, but there's some type of answer with that as well. So maybe if some of you are finding it hard to let go of the past, or if this person from the past tries to come back, and suck you back into a trauma bond or something, that energy or the answers to that and how to handle that or what to expect may be found in astrology. Okay, so now I'm going to pull a couple of some more information here. This is actually from tarot, so I'm going to get 3 cards in the bottom card about what to expect here, and then I'll pull a couple of other cards for just some closing energy. Okay, all right. So the first one we have out . Okay, we have Justice, Strength, and the 3 of Cups. So, Justice is Libra energy, and we're technically still in Libra season. Justice is all about truth, fairness, doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. It's also a card of karma, reaping what you sow, cause and effect. Justice is really about equality as well. So with Strength being the second card, this is your card, by the way. Strength is Leo energy. Strength calls us to be courageous, brave. It's a card of having compassion in certain cases, a card of self-discipline. Also an energy of self-respect and self-mastery And in a lot of older, like more old, or the older, certain decks that are much older tarot card decks, I should say, strength was also a card of lust, or how do we say it? Taming the lion. It's self-discipline. So it's like, you have an urge sometimes, right? It's like let's say when you can feel yourself getting angry at somebody cuts you off in traffic maybe. And so instead of flipping them off and cursing them out and going into road rage mode, you feel the anger, but you subdue yourself. You withhold it. Like you suppress it. Like, hey, I want to be pissed off right now, but I'm just going to let it go. That would be an example of strength, right? Or you go out to, I don't know, you go out to a bar or something with your friends and they got their girlfriends with them or something. Your friend, he walks to the bathroom and his smoking hot girlfriend starts flirting with you. And so in that moment, you have to decide to, you can either flirt back or you can do the right thing and say, you know what? I'm not going to flirt with her. I'm not going to entertain this because this is my best friend's girlfriend, that's jacked up. So that's another example of self-restraint. But here, for the most part, strength usually is about either working up the strength to do something that could be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Usually has a lot to do with courage. Like you have to confront something basically, and you're going to have to do it scared, because courage is not the absence of fear. It's doing it afraid. Right. And so then to bring it full circle, we have the Three of Cups. Now the Three of Cups is a card of celebration, a card of having fun, going out, having a good time, but this also could be a card of reunion. So, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Death card, Scorpio energy. So endings, transformation, or a rebirth, something coming back to life in a new form. So I feel like this is really more tied to advice. I mean, this could be tied to new energy, but I don't feel that it's really tied to new energy. For some of you, it could be. Some of it could be, hey, and this is a very small percentage of you guys. It could be tied to, well, justice is, I'm only going to entertain things that are fair and just and equal. I'm not going to do toxic stuff anymore. I'm only going to entertain things that show up in my life. People who have their crap together, who do have that level of self-restraint. I don't have to worry. There's not going to be trust issues. Can you go out with your girlfriends and I can trust you're not going to go run off with another man behind my back, or you're not going to get drunk, or you're not going to be stupid. You've got self-control basically. And then the Three of Cups would be like celebrating because you have this new person that's about to come into your life, and so you can be really happy, right? And then obviously the Death card at the bottom of the deck means, there's an old cycle, an old time that has ended. You've ended this old cycle of your life. Now, that could apply to a lot of you, but the energy that really came out for me in this really has, I think, more to do with the past energy and this past false person, because we do have this past energy at the bottom of this deck. I think that for at least a good number of you, this past toxic person is probably going to come back. They're going to come back and they're going to tempt you somehow, some way, shape or form. And what this is basically saying is, one, they probably got their karma. Two, this is also you needing to stand in your strength, basically, and put your foot down and say, this person's going to have to be honest with themselves, and they're going to have to be honest with me. Not even because you want them back. It's just, if you're even going to speak to me, it has nothing to do with whether or not you decide to let this person back in your life or not. Which is why, again, I said, I feel like for many of you, the answer, the advice card was this zodiac, this astrology energy, because I feel like a lot of you are going to be tested. It's like, well, my pattern in past relationships has been this cycle of choosing toxic people and not seeing the red flags. Well, here comes that toxic person again, to see if you can overcome with this strength energy. Do you have the strength to finally break free from that toxic energy? Or when this person comes back, do they still have the power to seduce you? Can they still weasel their way back into your life? Can they still get compassion from you? Can they come in and give you some sob story? Well, beg you, take me back, or whatever they do. However they come back, can they tempt you in such a way where you let them back into your life? And that Three of Cups energy is essentially saying that, this person from the past is probably going to come back for a lot of you, because that's the card of reunion. Okay. So again, justice is you needing to basically stand your ground, have boundaries, not take BS. This person's going to have to come right just to even have a conversation with you. Like if I even sense that you still have toxic, low vibrational energy attached to you, I'm not answering your text. I'm not responding to your text. I'm not answering your call. If you show up, or if I see you out in person, or you show up to my house, you getting the door slammed, or if we're out and about and I run into you, I'm walking by you like I don't even know you, right? It's like you have to have those strong boundaries. And then the death at the bottom of the deck would basically be like, hey, there's a reason that this is dead. There's a reason that this needs to die. This past toxic person basically needs to stay in your past. You do not pass go. You do not collect $200. So really, when it comes to this past person, for those of you who have even been entertaining the thought about, well, if a past person or a past toxic person comes back, what should I do? Well, the advice here, according to tarot, is it needs to stay dead. Okay, with the death card. And I know what you're thinking. Yeah, but didn't you just say that the death energy could also mean a rebirth or a transformation? What if they've changed? That's true. It's possible, but me being the messenger, the medium here, I feel my intuition is telling me that it needs to stay dead. But I can't tell you guys what to do. I don't know your specific situations. You guys do what you need to do to figure, but just be cautious. At the very least, be cautious and be mindful of your past patterns. Because you let this person back in and you're like, well, maybe they changed, but they haven't. And they're putting on their best behavior because of course they are. They screwed you over. So they know they're going to come back. They're going to put on their absolute best behavior this time. But the minute they sense that you have accepted the lie that they've changed, it's going to go right back to the way it was before, if not worse. Okay. But again, I'm not here to tell you guys what to do. Okay. And again, I would focus on the fact that, again, this reading is showing you guys have a new person that's coming into your life that is going to be marriage material. So if you're still playing around back here with this past person, then you're only cock blocking your future person from coming in, or you might miss the opportunity altogether because you're over here entangled with that mess when the new person comes in. So you're not free to start dating this new person who actually would have been the right person for you, if that makes sense. So let's get some final closing messages here for you guys. I went just a tad bit longer on this reading than I intended to, which is okay, but okay, that was definitely a few. All right. I was hoping to get 3, but gave us 5. But you know what? I will take them. Okay, so the first one is let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold normally. And I feel like this is for most of you who've just been very traumatized in the past, and you may be tempted to be controlling with a new person because, if you don't feel like you're controlling the situation, then you're afraid that maybe you'll get screwed over or hurt again. Okay. So it's just a self-preservation mechanism. So it's just saying, let go of control. It's, we all have our own ways of dealing, our own self-preservation methods here. Finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. This card has come out for like a lot of people. I mean, we're in an inflated economy right now. I think finances in general are kind of a big deal. Like when it, I don't know, it costs $3 for a normal candy bar that used to cost like $1.50. A bag of lettuce is like $8. You go to the grocery store and five small items is $50. I mean, yeah, it's, I think, for most people, finances and career, inside or outside a relationship, are kind of a big deal right now. But either this person, this new person, or you, or maybe even this past person, that finances and career were one of the issues there. Okay, now we have honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss and holiday together. So yeah, this is definitely indicating, again, it's implying that you've got this serious relationship coming up, this marriage energy. So it's just another way of saying, when you meet this person, you might be honeymooning sooner than later. You have the retreat card. It's time to disconnect from this world. So I feel like this is more of like when you meet this person, it's just saying, hey, you're going to be taking the time to get to know this person. And so you may disconnect from things, and you may just be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to stay low key, stay underneath the radar, and I'm just going to spend time with this person. I'm not going to overstep my bounds. I'm not going to go announce to the world that I've even met anybody right now. I'm not going to post it on social media. Like, you're just going to take your time. You're going to get to know this person, maybe one-on-one, and you're just going to keep it to yourself. And then when the time comes and you two decide to make it more official, it's like, then at that point, it's like you'll make it official. Okay, separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So yeah, this is definitely this past person. So this is me. I think this energy is just saying you've been in separation from this past toxic person. But again, that person very well could be coming back around, and you just, not for everyone, but for a lot of you, they could be coming back around. So be aware. All right, so I've got some final love messages here, and then we'll close out the reading here. Just checking over at the timer and realize that I've gone quite a bit over. The first card that came out is obstacles. Look for ways around the obstacles to find happiness. The next card, the next energy out that we have. So yeah, this is just saying, if like for when you meet this person, if it seems like there's some obstacles, initial obstacles, because maybe there's long distance, or, maybe finances and career are still a problem, or whatever it is, just look for, be a solution-oriented person. Look for ways to get around the obstacles. Don't see the obstacles as a deal breaker, unless they really are a deal breaker, obviously. We have embrace. Embrace what destiny has in store for you. I apologize, guys. I'm getting over being sick for, seems like forever now. Yeah, so the universe definitely sending you this person that's definitely probably marriage material. It's just telling you, hey, embrace it. Don't allow the past or the past person or whatever's happened to you to rob you from this really good opportunity because you're scared or you're hurt or you're just unsure because of trauma. And receptive. Be ready to receive what fate has planned for you. So it's saying, hey, it's coming. Like, it's really the near future. I think a lot of you guys, realistically, and I'm not a time lord, so I can't promise you this, But I feel like realistically, a lot of you guys could meet this person before the year's over. So this month, November, December, like before the new year, a lot of you guys could be meeting this new person. And some of you may have already met this person and you're just now starting to get to know them. Okay. So Leo, this was a little bit of a long reading for you, but that's okay. There was a lot of complex energy. You guys have been through a lot, hence that journey card. You've gone through, it's been a journey for a lot of you guys, and I can feel it in the energy here. So I hope that this bonus reading was helpful for you guys. If you haven't already, please click the like, share, and subscribe button for me. It's completely free for you. Helps me build this channel. Again, don't forget to turn on your notifications, and you can come join me for a free live tarot reading. You can book a personal reading as well. All that information's in the description box. And with that being said, I will see you guys very soon. Don't forget, you can check out the 1010 portal reading and your October reading as well if this reading doesn't resonate for you, okay? But sending you all love and light, my friends. I'll see you guys very soon.